And welcome into Our Health. You want to eat healthy? Well, we have to be realizing the fact that most of the foods that you put on your table have been processed to death. And we want to make sure that we're doing it the right way or get a supplement to help. Carl Schmidt's here, naturopathic doctor with the Herb Shop located in Montgomery.
Yes.
Pepper Tree Shopping Center right there on Vaughan Road. Been in there for 30 years. Doing a lot of good stuff.
A lot of good stuff.
You did Maha, make Alabama healthy again, before Kennedy said, let's make America healthy again. You know, Carl, a lot of times you go to the grocery store and you can buy fruits and vegetables we're supposed to get, and they should naturally deteriorate. What we've been telling people is probably the best thing you can do is buy frozen vegetables because they came right off the vine and were immediately frozen, so they didn't have any time to deteriorate. They're going to probably have more nutrients in them at that point. Because the longer a piece of fruit or a vegetable is off the vine, the more it deteriorates.
Right. And the quality of the fruit can be a clue. So if years ago I had a friend that was teaching baking lessons and how to grind grain fresh, make your flour, and then make, say, pasta or a loaf of bread. And people who had gluten or bread reactions or allergies could find that they could have freshly ground grain. And so there was something about the way standard things are made was really part of the problem as far as digestive disorders. And in her class, one of the first classes, she would open up this Tupperware container, and it would be a hamburger from a local fast food where there's thousands of chains of that fast food, and it would just be the bread and the meat, and she'd pass it around, people could look at it, and she'd go, how old do you think this hamburger is? And people were like, you know, it still smells like you just got it, so maybe a day. It was like 5 years old.
Wow.
And no mold had grown on it. So she said, if mold won't grow on this bread, how can it give you even life to live? And so many of our food is for its look, its texture, and its shelf life. So manufacturers are often more interested in the shelf life of their products than they are your human life. And so in natural health, in nutrition, we're looking at what is the results, what's the benefit, what we gain, what power do we need. You wouldn't go up to the gas station and go find a water hose and put it in your tank. Your car will only run on the right fuel, and our cells will only run on the right fuel, and when they don't run well, then we have a condition. And so then we're medicated as a population for a condition when in reality we didn't feed our cells what it needed to run on. And that's where quality food, but as you mentioned, frozen is often better than something on the shelf because
because you don't know where it came from, how long it's been in transportation.
The average vegetable travels 1,800 or 1,700 miles. I mean, it comes from all over South America, and off of even Asian countries can grow certain fruits and vegetables and put them on a ship. So they come a very long way, and so they can't be vine ripened. And most of the nutrition is accomplished late in the process, just before it's actually truly ripe. I used to be a farmer. I had a peach orchard. My wife and I had a bed and breakfast country store, and we had about 1,700 peach trees. And we would, when we had ones that didn't look pretty, we would peel them and freeze them and take them to a cannery and make jellies. And we did a lot of applications through the growing process to nourish the soil and nourish the trees. We were integrated, transitional, organic, and they used 1/3 the amount of sugar in our jellies and jams as they did in other growers because of ours we fed the plant and the plant was healthier and we picked it more right.
Natural sweetness.
Right.
So, you know, your store is called the Herb Shop. Or I'm going to call it a clinic.
Yes.
Because it's not just a store.
Right, thank you.
And so when you think about herbs, what would you say is the number one herb we need to have on a daily basis? If there is. Or you might say, well, there's a multitude.
Well, there's things that you can simply do in your foods like garlic, oregano, thyme, basil, parsley. Even the little house plants on the windowsill, you can snip those and put them in something you're preparing. Even if you brought something from a salad from home to eat or something, you can still implement some spices and keep a little window garden growing. There's other plants, more buzzwords, or like ashwagandha, rhodiola.
Heard that.
I mean, they're in more supplement. You're not going to be able to have those in a potted plant near your kitchen or something. But working in more spices, turmeric, curcumin, different spices that capsicum, ginger, those are all help with circulation and blood flow, and can help fight any parasite or abnormal bacterial fungal issue in the body. So there's a diversity that can be easily, from the spices, the ginger, turmeric, capsicum, those could be put into what you're cooking, or you can stir some in hot water and sip that. They reduce inflammation. And then the culinary spices, the basil, the thyme, the rosemary, sage, different ones, those are good to have a pungent. Herbs have different oils in them that help move through the cell membrane and actually help something happen inside the cell, inside the mitochondria, so the body functions. And that's what health is about, is getting a healthy cell to work.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to get you back next week. Got one other thing we got to get into, so we'll be right back right after this.